I'd like to read a definition that I've found on the internet about auto-anti-Semitism. Jewish self-hate is a social psychological phenomenon where a person of Jewish descent shows obsessive hostile behavior toward the Jewish people, towards the people of Israel, much like the anti-Semites themselves. What are the characteristics of this kind of anti-Semitism? This stems from within the people of Israel themselves. Where did this special people come from? We'll learn about this from the Torah. That, first of all, humanity developed, reaching a state where about 3,500 years ago, it started feeling in ancient Babylon, where actually was the center of humanity, where there were many nations, but they lived calmly, peacefully, and suddenly their pride grew, their ego. They started asking, what are we living for? What's the meaning of this all? Why is one or another person greater than others? And so on. And among them, there was a very educated person, their priest. His name was Terah, Abraham's father. And he understood that there's a certain problem here. What do? People believed in little idols that they used to buy from him. And Abraham, who grew up with this father and in this kind of family, also took care of the people of the nation. He was like, let's call him, a spiritual leader of those Babylonians. It was a pretty developed civilization. They had plenty and abundance, more or less, and they lived a pretty good life until their ego started developing. It's a process where the egoistic desire grows in everyone, and then begins competition, and they started feeling that they can no longer get along with each other. And this is how it was among everyone. In a relatively small way compared with what we have today, it's a very small and primitive kind of ego. But Abraham understood that this is something that comes from the law of nature, that man's ego, his desire to feel greater, superior, to enjoy life, to be superior to others, something that didn't exist before.